This presentation is designed to introduce officers in the field to the Plymouth County Outreach Program. Although your department is already actively participating in the outreach program, some officers in the field do not have a daily active role in the day-to-day process of the program. This video will provide a detailed overview of Plymouth County Outreach and the vital role you as the officer in the field plays in its success.
Plymouth County Outreach was formed for the express intent to combat the ever-growing opioid addiction epidemic that plagues our communities and our nation. Since its inception, the Plymouth County Outreach model has been adopted by all 27 municipal police departments in Plymouth County, as well as the Bridgewater State University Police Department and the Cohasset Police Department. It is supported by the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office and the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department Drug Use Task Force. The success of this program is due to the partnerships that have developed between law enforcement, public health, and health care, including regional medical facilities and its practitioners. This alone is unprecedented. Combined with these partnerships, the diligent and dedicated work of officers in the field, this Plymouth County Outreach model is considered a best practice as being put into place throughout the Commonwealth and beyond.
The concept is simple. We connect individuals who suffer from substance use disorders who have overdosed with clinicians and recovery coaches in order to get these individuals additional treatment within the first 72 hours of their overdose. This is accomplished by entering each reported overdose into the Plymouth County Outreach Critical Incident Management System by your department's outreach officer and/or data designee. This entry will send a pre-populated notification of the overdose incident to the PCO administrative team. After review of the information submitted, a determination will be made if an outreach team follow-up is warranted or not warranted. This information will be sent to the department who made the initial entry. It is important that all data fields are properly completed. Please note that it is imperative that officers who have responded to the overdose had checked the individual through the warrant management system to ensure that they have no active arrest warrants. We must always address our law enforcement duties, including warrant arrests, but make sure not to have our outreach officers make these arrests. If our outreach teams are involved in traditional law enforcement activities, the trust in our outreach program will suffer. Therefore, if warrants exist, we defer the execution of those warrants to the department through standard operating procedures. If the response is follow-up not warranted, we can assure that the victim of the overdose accepted or received additional treatment at the medical facility and/or is being treated for some other medical issue for which they were transported. Due to HIPAA laws, this information is not shared with us. If the response is follow-up warranted, this will trigger and activate a second notification to be sent by the department outreach officer from the Critical Incident Management System database, which will alert area recovery coaches of the need to respond for a follow-up. Recovery coaches will then coordinate a response with a plainclothes outreach officer who will respond together to the home location of the substance use disorder victim. It is at this point the plainclothed officer will make an introduction of the clinician or recovery coach to the individual that is struggling or a family member who will then meet with them in order to provide information on additional treatment options. This could include transportation to a detox facility for intake, referral to various PCO treatment and recovery partner organizations, and/or referral services for family members and/or loved ones. You should refer to your department's policies and protocols concerning such transportation.
At-risk individuals are defined as those who have a substance use disorder but have not actively overdosed. You may hear about these individuals through word of mouth, a call from a loved one, or the person who is struggling with a substance use disorder. You may also interact with them in the course of your daily patrols. If someone is deemed an at-risk individual, an entry is made into the Plymouth County Outreach database system, identifying the individual as such. The information entered will be reviewed and a follow-up will be activated. Notification will be sent to the involved agency and recovery outreach team servicing that area in order for the team to be activated. At-risk entries are increasing daily and are an indication that the PCO program is gaining trust with those suffering from substance use disorders as well as with family members and loved ones.
In addition to the individuals who are struggling with substance use disorder, officers must be alert to signs of young children who may reside within the homes where these overdoses occur. This should be accomplished during the investigative stage of the overdose after the victim has been tended to. Officers should inquire with the parties in the homes as to whether or not children are currently present in the home or do live in the home. Officers may observe indicators of child's presence by observing toys, cribs, playpens, photographs within the home. In such cases, officers should prompt out department protocols and procedures pursuant to notification of Department of Children and Families by filing a 51As. This should be filed as neglect to care for a child. Your department school resource officer or representatives of your local school district may be able to assist you in verifying this information. PCO has received a federal grant to assist the development of our county outreach initiative. Simultaneously, District Attorney Timothy Cruz's office has received a grant to assist all Plymouth County Police Departments in identifying drug-endangered children and providing those children and families with referrals to family services. Over the next 3 years, the District Attorney's Grant Coordinator will be working with PCO Project Coordinator team in identifying assisting drug-endangered children and families. The PCO Critical Incident Management System will help track those drug-endangered children's locations as long as officers identify these locations in their reports.
A list of community resources to include treatment and counseling services has been provided to your departments and can be located in your training and roll call rooms. Plymouth County Outreach continues to grow in order to provide the best services available to those who suffer from substance use disorder and their families. The continued dedication by you, our local police officers in the field, are saving lives on a daily basis. Together with our partners, we will fight to get the opioid epidemic under control. As Plymouth County Outreach has evolved over the past several years, future goals are to include a more engaged behavioral health approach, whereby referrals for mental health services and outreach teams can be added to this initiative. If you have any questions or suggestions concerning the Plymouth County Outreach Program, you are encouraged to reach out to your department outreach officers or your Plymouth County Outreach Program Project Coordinator and/or Operations Supervisor.